team tonight. As the world reopens and concerts and events resume, you've probably headed online to buy some tickets. When a Louisville family wanted to check out a game over the summertime, they were stunned to see the prices for tickets for ADA accessibility seating were twice as much money. WHS 11's Haley Minogue broadened the ticket search, finding questions about ticket pricing and ADA seats in two major venues.
Something many of us take for granted.
Joe wanted to go to a soccer game down at Lynn Family Stadium, so I started looking for tickets.
The ability to go to a game and choose from the bulk of tickets available.
The only tickets available for ADA seating were the most expensive tickets.
When he told me about it, my first reaction was literally, okay, how was that legal?
Joe LeGreek and his son, also named Joe LeGreek, wanted to check out Lynn Family Stadium for a Lou City or racing game. Ticket prices, $17 for cheapest available. But when you turned on the accessible ticket on SeatGeek, prices jumped to $42.
It was about 50% higher, so an able-bodied father and son could go to a game for about half of what we would be required to pay.
The Americans with Disability Act basically says public venues have to make everything accessible to people with disabilities, like providing accessible seating, unless they can show doing that would create fundamental alterations or financial and administrative burdens. In those cases where accessible seating would not be because of inaccessible features or it's too difficult for the venue to make the changes, the venue has to offer a portion of the tickets in accessible seating areas in the accessible location at the same price.
You think you would want to accommodate the customers, and particularly those of us who, through no fault of our own, because we happen to use a mobility device, can't access that part of the venue.
David Allgood is the Director of Advocacy at Louisville's Center for Accessible Living. He also uses a wheelchair for accessibility and knows firsthand how frustrating tickets can be.
Why should I be precluded from being able to see the concert or whatever the event might be at a reasonable price?
In mid-October, I started checking out some of the LeGreek family's concerns at Lynn Family Stadium. And sure enough, multiple checks for multiple games. Accessible tickets were twice as much money. After several attempts to do a sit-down on-camera interview, the Vice President of Communications at Lynn Family Stadium told me this in an email. If accessibility tickets at the supporter zone price weren't displaying online for a past game, that was in error, and we will work with SeatGeek to make sure it doesn't happen again. I expanded my search to other venues in Louisville and found issues only at the Yum Center. On Ticketmaster, a section of the venue for a concert listed accessible tickets for $10 more than seats that didn't need accommodations. Yum Center Director of Marketing Sandra Moran told me in an email, Ticketmaster is the primary ticket sales website for the Yum Center, so we focused on their tickets. She told me the pricing error was a technical issue that happens rarely. She said if I put them in my cart to purchase, they would drop to the correct price. In the process of checking ticket prices, I kept finding super high prices on third-party resale websites. For example, tickets for King and Country at the Yum Center on SeatGeek show section 113 for $46. But the accessible seats in the same section are listed for $265. I reached out to SeatGeek for an explanation, and they told me there's no way to regulate what resellers choose to price tickets.
I'm not looking for any compensation. I'm just want to put that out that this is not right and somebody should think about it a little bit before they try it again.
After we reached out to Lynn Family Stadium Communications, the issue with tickets was fixed. Accessible tickets are now available online in the supporter zones, matching the lower price points.
No, if there was tickets available at other price points, we would probably go to some games.
Well, both the Yum Center and Lynn Family Stadium encourage anyone having ticket problems with ADA seating to reach out to them. They tell us they typically can solve problems quickly and hold tickets in the box office to help you out.